I have to admit, when I first heard about the No Nut November, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, why would anyone want to give up a natural pleasurable act that is ingrained in our very own biology as human beings? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there might be some merit to it. After all, if you're not masturbating, you're not wasting time that could be spent on more productive pursuits. And who doesn't want to be more productive? For Sigma males, productivity is king. Well, as we'll soon see, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with No Nut November, and Sigma males have their reasons. But let's start with the good. The case for No Nut November. There are a few different arguments that proponents of no-fap movement, associated with No Nut November, make in favor of giving up masturbation. The first is that it's a waste of time. They argue that if you're spending hours every week masturbating, you could be using that time to learn a new skill or hobby or to advance your career. And they have a point. If you're spending hours every week spanking the monkey, you're not using that time to improve your life in some way. Sigma males know that their time is precious, and they are not willing to waste it on activities that do not contribute to their overarching objectives. While this approach may not be for everyone, it is clear that Sigma males are driven by a unique set of principles that allows them to achieve great things. Another argument made in favor of No Nut November is that it's unhealthy. They argue that masturbating is bad for your physical health, and can lead to things like erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. While there is some evidence to support these claims, there is nothing statistically significant for a Sigma male to be swayed by this ideology. I'm certainly no medical expert, but from what I've read, it seems like the jury is still out on whether or not masturbation is actually bad for you physically. And surely it depends more on how intensely you're going about it. After all, everyone has their own kinks, but for the average Joe, and most Sigma males, it shouldn't be too bad. The final argument made in favor of No Nut November is that it's detrimental to your mental health. They argue that masturbating can lead to things like anxiety and depression, and can make it difficult to form and maintain healthy relationships. Again, while there is some evidence to support these claims, I'm not sure how strong it is. And even if there's some truth to them, I'm not sure giving up masturbation is the best way to deal with those issues. In fact, it may be a case of just giving up pornographic content in general. No fap should definitely be no porn. It's not about giving up sex, it's about getting rid of an unhealthy dependence on pornography. When you're addicted to porn, you're not in control anymore, porn is controlling you. It's like any other addiction, the more you do it, the more you need it, and the less satisfying it becomes. But unlike other addictions, quitting porn is actually pretty easy. All you need is the desire to change and the willingness to put in some effort. There are plenty of resources out there to help you, including the videos on our channel to show you the Sigma male lifestyle. The case against No Nut November. Okay, so what do Sigma males really think of No Nut November and the no-fap movement? Many Sigma males find the movement to be unnecessary. The reason for this is simply because masturbation is not a priority in their life and has never been something which distracts them from their pursuits as men. Many Sigma males can go days, weeks, and sometimes even months without feeling any sort of impulse to spank the monkey. But even if they do, they don't view it as giving in to their sexual desires, because they are disciplined individuals who have high testosterone levels and stay productive. Masturbation is something they do if they have time, and that's rarely the case given their lifestyle choices. If participating in the movement gives you relief and makes you feel better, then all the more power to you. But what is more powerful is designing your life in a way where masturbation is not something you even need to think about. As a Sigma male, you have options with women, you lead a busy schedule, and participating in this movement is a huge waste of time, especially because time is something you rarely have. The best strategy for no fap is forgetting to fap in the first place. Sigma males don't try to fight their natural impulses, they just become so preoccupied with living a fulfilling life that they don't have enough time in the day to become distracted by that sort of thing. NoFap and No Nut November pretend to be the remedy for the moment. The idea is that by giving up your sexual desire you will benefit in other areas of your lives. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma males understand that reaping the benefits of your manhood comes from life setup, general self-discipline, and leveling up as a man. How many high-value men do you think are active members of No Nut November? Or does it seem to be more a part of the incel subculture? It's up to you to decide which side of the fence you want to be on. And if you are a NoFap warrior who stands by the movement, I'm open to hearing your thoughts too. But as for what Sigma males think about the movement, well, it's a complicated issue. On one hand, they can see the benefits of giving up masturbation from a beta male standpoint, who do not currently have options with women, and it can certainly help these types of men prioritize their time and energy for more productive pursuits. Young men in particular may benefit from the movement if they feel that masturbation is a coping mechanism. But on the other hand, Sigma males are rarely inclined to masturbate as often as other men, so they tend to view the whole movement as unnecessary. They often have a mature outlook and have never viewed masturbation as a coping mechanism. At the end of the day, it is not like drinking or doing drugs because those things are external to us. Porn is the real culprit here, because it is an external stimulus which can cause addiction. But what do you think? Is No Nut November something you could see yourself doing? Let me know in the comments.